thick lesbian coming out of the water. That's garnet.
I want a piece of that. Damn. Okay. Welcome to the Permakids Podcast, episode 16. Yeah, you know, it's
Our
been
podcast can finally drive.
Damn, 16, huh?
Yeah, oh, shit.
16, bro.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
4 months.
Doing it well.
I know
4 months with the podcast.
Yeah.
I know 16 isn't the number 6, but it just kind of reminded me that we have a 6th member, if you guys didn't know. His name is Blake Heath. He does Twitch. He plays video games under a Permakids name, and he's our 6th member. So I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to you, Blake. Hey, man, what's up? I hope you're listening. I love you.
Yeah, me too.
Quit playing
That's so
games.
sweet.
I mean, every corporation has employees that the other employees don't know. So,
Other than Blake, we're all here. We've got Kaiser, Black Sheep, Henry, Anthony, and me, James. It's been kind of an annoying week in
Everything.
in geekery. What I'm talking about is
You gonna start off with Silent Hills?
Somehow I knew that's where y'all were going to start.
I don't even want to talk about it.
So, Silent Hills, in case you haven't noticed, is no more. Konami pulled the plug and said, "Nah, Pip, we're not doing it."
I said, fuck
Bye-bye.
y'all.
Sayonara.
I
Holla.
don't understand, and I made a post on this on Facebook. I don't understand how a gaming industry or any industry at all can put something out like the playable trailer of that Silent Hill game. It was amazing. Then they say, oh, Hideo Kojima's part of it. Sign me up. Oh, by the way, Guillermo del Toro's part of it. Holy shit.
And then Daryl Dixon.
And then friggin' Norman Reedus is part of it. So, like, we were all real excited about this. Like, nobody was upset at all. Like, we were very excited. And now it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, after the whole debacle with Metal Gear Solid 5, and apparently Hideo Kojima and Konami don't see eye to eye anymore. So they pulled the plug. They own the rights to Silent Hill, so it's not like Kojima can just take it somewhere else and redo it. Like, it's...
did y'all really want, them to actually go forward with the Silent Hill project without
Without him?
Hideo Kojima?
Not really.
No, yeah, that's a good point. For those that don't know what we're talking about, Hideo Kojima made the Metal Gear Solid games, and he's always been really good about putting really cool Easter eggs in games and stuff that stuff that just kind of freaked us out as gamers growing up.
Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis having to switch your controller port and him reading off what's on your memory card.
Hideo's a genius.
Yeah, him being part of a Silent Hill game was just like, it was just asking for us to have heart attacks and to blow our minds. And Guillermo del Toro is this great horror movie and action movie director, and he's just really good at storytelling as far as movies are concerned.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to that game simply for those
Norman.
two
It was about to
reasons.
be
No,
the
not
best
Norman
game
Reedus.
ever.
We know a lot of girls that were excited about Norman Reedus.
I honestly, don't get me wrong. Norman Reedus, great actor, love him. But I'm not one of those fangirls that you mention Norman Reedus and my panties immediately drop.
I almost want to
No.
get in trouble right now and be like,
No.
is he really that good of an actor?
He's got a good cult following. It's kind of like
That I'm not
Yeah.
denying.
Yeah,
but
Nathan
it's-
Fillion
But that
type of
range, is it
situation.
really that big a difference?
But what I was saying
I'm a fan,
is,
though. I just want to make sure you don't get mad at me.
I was hoping for this to come out because of the fact that it's a horror game, and with Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro being attached to it, you knew it was going to be a good horror game.
Yeah.
You knew it wasn't going to be that typical jump scare horror
We
game.
weren't
that
going to
they've
be
fallen
screaming.
into.
Our minds were going to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
would come to work the next day, like, we were all preparing
Totally
to just, like,
mind-fucked.
staring off, like, into the wind and just being
Right.
like, nothing's the way it should be.
Yeah, I haven't been scared from a game since, like, fucking Resident Evil 3, I think. It's been a long time, so I wanted to play
Resident
it.
Evil.
Eternal Darkness for the
that's a
Nintendo
long
GameCube.
Shout out to that. I forgot about that game, yeah.
Sanity meter. And I was halfway expecting the Silent Hills to have a lot of that kind of sanity scare shit.
Like, it's not that I don't want them to make it now, but I hate that they own it. So now it dies with them. Like, he can go make a completely different game, but like, hey, Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro, I want to do something else, and they can be like, cool, but
It sucks.
Guillermo was just like, I got other shit to do, so that just fucked everything up for me. So
it sucks because we've all grown up with Konami and like like certain things, like with Sega and Capcom and Konami and just like all these game developers that eventually they live long enough to become the villain. Basically,
We had to realize Konami doesn't have anything else really. Like Metal Gear is their bread and butter. Like I don't know if they even have that anymore.
Damn.
Like Konami, I mean that was Metal Gear. That's it. And now
Ninja Game's been going down.
It's ever since. Ninja Game's been a horror. I think it's probably been passed around between like other developers.
It's just a hack and slash.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So that sucks. It's just like now what are y'all gonna do? They even pulled their shares out to where like you can't own shares from Konami anymore. So I'm like,
what the?
Y'all are just like going down the fucking hill,
man.
Like, so
head down that Atari route.
That hole is just getting dug deeper.
So even if you wanted to like buy shares from them, you
much.
can't because now it's just like cool. They're about to be Sega.
They're using Nintendo as their mentor.
Oh god,
as their business mentor.
Like they're about to be Sega now, but
Sega.
You picked the wrong
but
senpai.
at least Sega has more of a catalog than they do, so I can't get too mad at Sega.
Just saying, Konami. EA is the only gaming company that has enough money to screw over their customers. Not you.
Activision.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them too.
What do you got over there on that Kindle?
Well, since we're talking about disappointments, we want to talk about
the Joker,
Suicide Squad,
the
Jared
Joker?
Leto Joker.
Why do they do this? And this goes back to putting something out and then backing out of it. And Henry brought something up earlier, and you'll probably bring this up again once I kind of like display this whole thing. But so they released this image of Jared Leto as the new Joker for the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out soon. And he looked great. Like, as far as our circle goes, nobody had a problem with it.
Not a single
Yeah.
You know, you can't try to recapture what Heath Ledger did. So yeah, don't go the dark, psychopath route.
Act like Jack Nicholson.
This guy, yeah.
Okay, well,
We love the tattoos, obviously.
Yeah.
you say nobody in this circle had a problem with it, and you're right. Even I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time, I do. Just because this goes back to me, long time ago, back when I was first starting in on these episodes, saying, I'm a sucker for the original.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
And the Mark Hamill Joker from Batman the Animated Series.
And my thing is, it's not so much that I feel like they should stick to the original archetype or whatever of design of the Joker, because I am all for artistic,
creativity
freedom.
and doing new things.
I'm all for it, and I had no I thoroughly enjoyed that take on it. That being said, and me being such a big Harley fanatic and Joker fanatic, I felt like the Joker would be too classy to really.
You don't think
get into
tattoos are synonymous with class? I don't know. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, what I was going to say was he looked like someone that a woman would follow to the death. He looked like
No, I'm
the
not
boyfriend that is who is a maniac, and I could see a woman going crazy for him, dying for him, killing for him. I saw all that in that picture. And
Don't
I
get me
didn't have a
wrong.
problem.
I totally agree, but
And in a world where Thor's a woman and Captain Marvel is a little Indian girl, Spider-Man's half black, half
The
Puerto
man's
Rican.
been to jail a bunch of times, right?
Right.
What
He's
the hell
got
else are you going to do? in
That's
jail?
Exactly.
What do you want?
Jailhouse tattoo. He's been in jail quite a few times, so he should have jail. The Joker that they showed is the Joker of today.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
And today keeps
exactly,
changing.
and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. This is just my preference.
Yeah.
You can completely disagree. That's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying, the Joker that I was raised on was a very dapper, very.
Plus, check this out. Imagine that Joker, the Jared Leto image that came out with the tattoos on it. Oh, the reason we're all mad, by the way, is that they kind of retconned it and basically said that that's not official and he won't have those tattoos.
Yeah,
so that's why we're mad.
They said that it was just basically a publicity stunt for the Joker being in comics for 75 years.
And so that's why we're annoyed. But think about this. Imagine that Joker. And yeah, his teeth were, whatever, who cares. I liked it. I liked it all. So imagine that Joker with a nice suit covering up those tattoos. He still has them, and maybe some white face paint covering up the J.
Yeah.
And he would look dapper. He would look handsome.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I didn't have a problem with it, is because all of those tattoos were coverable.
Yeah.
You know, so they can be covered.
Gloves.
I didn't have
Henry.
I didn't really like the deranged and the tattoos on his face, but that's
Those
something,
could be covered with white makeup.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Is that something that can be covered?
Imagine him looking like just suave and dapper, and then getting into a fight with Batman.
Just
and
rips his shirt off,
they're
and
getting, as they're getting torn up, he's starting to look more muscular, and like he's like a prison like threat.
Exactly.
That's the point. People jump the gun and seeing it, and I'm like, he's not gonna be walking around with a shirt
naked
off
the whole time,
with one glove the entire movie. Like it was just a fucking picture. I was like, people just jumped the gun. It wasn't that big a deal. It's like that upset the fuck out of me. I'm just like, they only did that as like a test run. When they saw that they got backlash for it, they were just like, relax, guys. We were just joking with y'all. Pun intended.
They don't need to be doing this fan service crap where they're putting stuff out to gauge what our reaction is. Another thing that when you said that they were kind of testing the waters, do you think that movie with Will Smith and Margot Robbie that came out just recently, do you think that was just kind of to test their
see their chemistry? I wouldn't doubt that.
Because I read somewhere that Deadshot is basically going to win over Harley Quinn from the Joker.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to look at the comics. In the Suicide Squad comics, Joker is Harley is with Deadshot.
Okay.
Like even in the Assault on Arkham.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She gets with
I
him.
haven't seen that movie / read that comic thing.
Oh, yeah.
You read more comics than
Yes.
me, or all of us.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, but just I don't know. And the Joker's always been kind of abusive to her. Sometimes she's okay with it, and sometimes she's had enough, and so that'll be good.
Will Smith had to he's making up for lost time.
Yeah. If you
He finally got him a white woman in a movie. And he's like, I'm not letting Margot Robbie go. So
What I did find funny about this
focus.
Yeah.
What I did find funny about this Joker picture coming out was only a few hours later there was somebody cosplaying it at Wizard World Las Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was spot on.
Nice.
Like, the only thing he didn't have were the teeth caps, because it's not something you just go out and get. But other than that, he was just nailed it.
Perfect. Nice. I need to check that out. I haven't seen that.
He cosplayed something that's never going to happen.
Oh, man.
Right?
So we're upset about Silent Hills not being a thing and the Tattooed Joker not being a thing. Are there any more disappointments, or can we start talking about some nice things?
I do kind of have one sort of disappointment.
Yeah.
The Just Cause 3 trailer was just released.
No.
Y'all haven't seen it?
I did. I put it up on the page earlier.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I'm disappointed with it in the fact that the game creators are basically trying to upsell it as something bigger and better than Just Cause 2. And honestly, the only difference between it and Just Cause 2 is that it has better graphics and it's in a different location.
And they give Just Cause 2 away like it's fucking candy.
Yeah.
So
like I've had that game for years now, and I've still been playing it to this day. And I was sitting there watching the trailer, and there were like things in the background that I spotted that I was like, "That's from Just Cause 2."
So it's just a reskin, retexture.
It's a rehash of Just
and
Cause 2.
if Just Cause 2 is free, I mean, it's fun. Was that what you were about to say? It is fun.
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Especially when it's free.
It's a playable Die Hard movie. Like, that's what I want.
I still play it. I was playing it yesterday.
Yeah.
But the grappling hook and the parachute stuff, that's all really...
Infinite parachutes.
It's really fun. It is fun. So, you never know.
Let's talk about a subject that E brought up on our Facebook page about gaming being a sport.
Oh,
What do y'all think about
yeah.
I had that one over here on my
So-
Kindle, too.
So ESPN what? What'd they do?
Over the weekend, ESPN
Hey,
ran a tournament of the game Heroes of the Storm. That's what it was. And people got really upset about that. And I put it on Facebook and just asking people questions about how they felt about it or whatever. and go.
To me, I want to begin with saying what I actually said on the page was, if you look back and you look at it and you look the way things are, in gaming, there are just as many gaming events, contests, competitions as there is in any other sport.
Yeah.
The only difference is it doesn't get the attention on national TV the way everything else does.
Yeah.
Gaming is pretty much a sport right now. I mean, shit, people have been playing Madden tournaments for a lifetime now.
Korea takes StarCraft super seriously.
In was it Japan? This is the same way with League of Legends. Like that's that's the biggest game in the fucking world. So
Plus, if ESPN's going to broadcast poker games and pool
Exactly.
games,
That was my
Is
point.
if they're gonna pull the video game tournaments, then they need to pull poker.
yeah.
like I'm watching some
Because
asshole just fucking
that's
hold
not
his deck of
considered a
cards
quote
with
unquote sport.
fucking shades on, just looking straight. I'm just like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
He's not excited at all. Yeah, he's just sitting
yeah,
there.
he might be sweating.
I'm moving more
Got
playing
shitty
that
cards.
game than you are just
I'm
doing.
about to
sitting
say,
still.
depending on the game,
Kaiser trailer.
Depending on the game, I get more exercise playing some video games than I
we
do
know.
playing golf.
Oh, we know.
Right?
We've seen you play video games.
Your hand is just.
I feel bad. You know what? If I
His
have,
controller should be just shattered every
if
time
I
he
have
plays.
enemies in this world, I will wish that they come back to life in their next life as Kaiser's video game controller. He just decimates
He
them.
does. He beats the shit out of his
but
controllers.
you know, billions and billions of dollars are spent on one video game, and like, you know, oh yeah, that sports game brought in all this revenue and stuff. But hey, video
I
games.
was about to say, there's video games that bring in more than sports games.
Plus, like you said, like it's not on TV. It's it's not on radio,
And it still
There's-
gets more attention than most things out there.
yeah.
do.
It's that's
I mean,
that's
it
why
makes tons and tons of money.
that's why we're
It's
doing what
never
we're
gonna
doing
go.
right now.
Gaming's never gonna go away. There's the sporting events that have ended.
It's getting
Gaming's
bigger
never
and bigger
gonna
and
end.
bigger, and even with the companies fucking their fans over,
Yes.
it's still getting bigger.
Now, I'm not gonna say gaming can't go somewhere. It can. We did have a crash like back in like the late '80s, early '90s, and the way shit is heading. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm just saying, man.
No, now there's a lot more. Like there's podcasts like ours.
No, I don't mean like that the exposure part.
I
I'm
agree
saying
with
just
you.
like
It's a possibility that gaming can
industry
die
itself.
and the industry itself could die. But that's with anything.
But there's
that's a
there's so
possibility
many
with anything.
indie developers now that see. Here's the bad thing: the indie developers are getting lazy now. They're getting lazy. Now it's like, oh, we just have to come up with a good concept or copy this other game and put our own spin on it and then throw it on Steam or Origin or whatever.
Flappy Bird.
People
Flappy Bird.
people pay for the beta and we never finish it. So it's like, come on, guys. It's like,
Honestly,
Even
I
indie
feel like the
gamers.
big debate here for them playing the video game tournaments on ESPN is more as far as like what constitutes a sport, and you know how like Animal Planet no longer shows specials about animals.
Animal
It's all
Planet
about-
has Bigfoot shows.
Exactly.
Fuck
I,
it.
Which is stupid.
I
as
feel
hell.
like-
Bigfoot's not real.
Exactly.
But I feel like that's.
I don't care who
that's
gets mad
why
about it. It's
there's-
not real.
I feel like that's why there's such a big debate. Is we're so afraid that this channel, whatever it is, the fans are afraid that it's going to start moving away from what it was originally for.
Yeah.
Like Animal Planet did and MTV did, because MTV
Yeah.
no longer plays music
See,
videos.
MTV's
so-
good though. Like they show these cool teen dramas and they've still got music in the background. Shows the name of the song at the bottom. I like the song. I go download it. It's cool.
this ties into what we just talked about earlier. Like people don't like change; they're scared of it. And
Wasn't Honey Boo Boo on A&E?
I'm sure it was.
Ugh.
Something
Like,
like that.
I don't
yeah.
even
You
know.
gotta say,
I didn't
I'm sure
watch
it
it,
was.
so I
I'm
don't
glad that went away.
Doesn't the History Channel talk about aliens more than it does actual history?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So let ESPN show video games and shut
Exactly.
the fuck up. We don't
I
have.
agree with
We
that.
have two channels. E4 and no, they're gone now.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
there aren't
Yeah.
any
No,
video
none,
game
none,
channels.
none.
But not that it doesn't really need any. This is the majority of shit all you're gonna see is gonna come from the internet anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not gonna be that big a deal if you run a fucking tournament on ESPN. It's on ESPN too.
Look,
It wasn't even
I was about to
ESPN
say,
one.
Yeah, it's ESPN 2, and half the time ESPN 2 is showing replays of bullshit. So, I mean, show something else.
There's a reason. There's a need, a want for people to play games and talk about games. That's why PewDiePie's so big. Like, if
He's the number one YouTuber, and it's for a reason.
if we had video game news on TV, PewDiePie might not be as big as he is. I don't know. Think about that, America.
America.
Well played, Disney and ESPN, for putting video game footage on ESPN2, because you're trying to draw in a crowd that would never go near ESPN.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
smart move on their part.
well played.
Yeah, that is smart.
They show chess tournaments. I'm almost positive
Spelling
they show
bees.
exactly spelling bees. So
yes, they show all of that.
like, come on, man, it's not that big a deal. Like, let it
Not
go.
only is gaming cognitive like chess and spelling, but you're also physically having to, coordinate your
It takes a
hand
it takes a
motions.
level. It takes a level of hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
That
that
some
you
people
do
lack.
not. Shout out to Kaiser
Look,
not liking gaming.
ESPN has multiple sports channels. So by adding gaming to
channel,
one
channel.
channel, it's not going to kill anybody. It's not going to destroy anything. It's not going to totally change what they naturally do.
Pull your panties out of a wad, people.
Thank you. Well said.
They thinking like next year, instead of airing the Super Bowl, they're gonna air a Halo 4 tournament. Like,
No, that's not going to happen.
Come
And if they did air
war
the
is
Super Bowl
upon
on
us.
ESPN, it would be on ESPN, the main network, and not on ESPN too.
all right, what's next on the agenda here?
We're gonna be getting an American version of Death Note, live action.
Boo!
I'm excited for that
Boo!
Why are you booing that?
Because
oh,
when
you guys
America,
don't like Death Note and you want it to be improved by America?
yeah, I'm about to say.
It wasn't a perfect show. We should have it Americanized.
I was just about to say. I don't know how I feel about America touching
Ooh, I
this.
hope they get
Wait,
Zac Efron
shit.
or
Wait, I'm
Justin Bieber.
swear.
God damn it.
Rewind. I'm so confused what's happening right now.
Like, if America's making a Death Note movie, I'm skeptical because
You
we could
love
have
that.
things,
Look.
bad things happen. I'm not saying it can't be good. Old Boy
all-
turned out right.
Of all animes to make into a live action movie, this is the easiest fucking thing you could do.
No, the Shinigami.
This is-
they're just
That's
gonna be.
simple.
They're just gonna copy and
put
paste
some
Scarlett
random ass white
Johansson.
dude and some paint color the fucking day.
No, it's gonna be Scarlett Johansson sitting behind Justin Bieber telling him to kill people. That's what the movie's gonna be, and you know it.
I don't think we'll go that far, but the dude.
Her hair's gonna be spiked up.
No, I quit.
She's gonna have Joker makeup on.
The guy who directed this movie called Your Next,
With
which
tattoos.
was
That movie sucked.
Adam
I love
Wingate.
that movie.
That movie sucked.
That movie was bloody as fuck and it was fun to watch.
I did not
I love that movie. If it's bloody and fun, I like Your Next. It was like an indie movie that was pretty fucking
My
tight.
Bloody Valentine was bloody and
I think-
fun.
I
That doesn't
think-
make it a good movie,
I
though.
think too
I
many
liked it.
people-
I was a good
My
movie to
Bloody
me.
Damn,
Valentine was a good
Valentine.
movie.
Okay.
Come on.
I've never seen that one, but a lot of people hyped up Your Next like, oh, horror movies are back.
Yeah.
Who hyped it up that
Well,
way?
I hang out with Chad Harry.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't remember anybody talking about that. I randomly discovered that shit one day.
Chad is the horror movie guru, and anything that's gonna come out in 4 or 5 years, he tells me about, and he's excited about all of it. If somebody gets their throat slashed in a movie, he's on it.
I have a question about this. Who here thinks that Chris Pratt is gonna get cast
Nah,
As what?
as something?
As Jason Voorhees?
No, as
Freddy
something
Krueger?
in the Death
No,
Note
I
movie.
don't see that happening.
Yeah, he
I don't
could
think
be.
so.
Oh,
No.
man.
No.
He's going to be...
No.
He's gonna be like,
He's gonna be
he's
like,
gonna be like,
Fuck
He
no.
has like 18 movies ahead of time. He won't be able to
Yeah.
do this.
nah, man. He
No.
records his voice for all the stuff.
No.
I can imagine
No.
Chris. You know what? I can imagine Chris Pratt as L, just like sitting on a table in like little fetal position, eating cake.
You know how bad I want to see that live action. I want to see it happen. I want to see how this turns out.
You guys realize that for the American version, they're probably going to make some twist at the end where it turns out that it was all in the guy's head, or that Light and L are
yeah.
the same person.
You know
I
why?
don't think it'll go there for
You
man.
know why this is an issue, right? You know exactly why I'm freaking out about this.
I'm trying. Why? Explain this to me.
Evolution. Like I'm freaking out because of
That
that.
was like 10 years ago, man. That's been nothing made sense.
It was terrible. It didn't need to be made. You
Evolution.
can't want them to.
Wait, you talking about evolution?
Oh. I thought you were
can't-
talking about the movie with David Duchovny,
No.
Orlando Jones, and Sean William Scott.
I forgot about that movie.
Dan
Man,
Aykroyd.
you can't keep bringing that. Like, you
Julianne
have to
Moore.
let it go at some point.
I can't, man.
You have to. I know it was terrible.
You do.
But not every movie's gonna be
You
that
really
way.
do.
I'm not
Let it
saying.
go.
I'm not saying it's gonna be every movie's gonna be that way, but I want Asians to make their little live action thing. Please, just.
It's already been. That's already been made.
I know exactly.
There's already a Gantz movie that they did.
I want to see
I'm
this
with
shit.
Kaiser on this.
I'm not. I want to see this.
Why does everything have to go the route of
Doesn't have.
live
There's
action?
only been one fucking anime movie done that though.
Okay, but there's a Flintstones live action. I'm talking about everything in the
but-
history of
Damn it!
animation.
That's not anime though. Fuck
No,
Flintstones.
I'm talking about the history of animation. If
God
something's
damn
good,
it.
if Adventure Time is good, we don't need to see real people portraying these characters. It's not
I
gonna
want to
do
see it
justice.
sometimes though. I don't see the. It's not a bad thing. Is what I'm saying.
Because he might hate Dragon Ball Evolution, but I hate Dragon Ball Evolution and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't
Fuck
hate Avatar:
both
Last
of those
Airbender. I like that movie.
I'm with him on Avatar Last
Thank
Airbender.
you.
Fuck
Thank
that
I have to
movie.
agree.
That movie was fucking
It's not-
horrible.
I'm cool
not-
with it. That wasn't my problem.
Don't
but-
get me
Not
wrong. I'm not
Shyamalan.
saying that America can't take something Asian and make it good or make it decent. Old Boy is a good testament of that.
Let him try it. Give him a chance. Is what I'm saying.
But we did.
know what?
That's
I'm
why.
gonna go back
Look, man.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go back to that key word you just said. Let them try some things. It doesn't have to be everything.
But they're not making every anime a movie. This is like the second one.
Remember what happened when America got their hands on Speed Racer? I mean, come on,
Speed
man.
Racer. I
Hold
can
on.
see either way about
Hold on,
that.
now I do like Speed Racer.
Like,
Now, see what I'm saying? That movie was terrible. It was pretty. That's all it was.
I like
That's
That's my
a good
point,
thing,
though.
It was pretty.
That's why
That's a
I'm,
good thing.
That's why I'm on the fence.
Cool.
That's why I'm on the
its
fence about
original
on
source
Death Note.
material wasn't super good. Don't hit me, Woodrow. So like anywhere they went with it was going to be a little bit cooler than.
I'm just on the fence about it, man. That's all I'm saying. If America can make Old Boy into what they did, that was cool.
But
But
Old
if they turn Death Note into Dragon Ball Evolution, that's not cool. Like, it's two extremes. I have
Old
two
Boy
problems.
wasn't
Like,
an anime,
that's why I'm just
though.
on the fence on it.
Old Boy wasn't an anime.
No,
No, it was an Asian movie though, and America Spike Lee redid.
All they
it.
had to do was add one little twist.
But then you
that
gotta
made it
look.
way
Then you
more
gotta
fucked
look.
up.
Listen who you just said did that movie. Spike Lee.
See, I mean,
Spike
movie,
Lee.
that movie's not hard to remake. Fuck
But
Old Boy.
Spike Lee did
Fuck
it though.
Old Boy.
But
That
Spike
movie
Lee,
was
that
simple as
out
fuck
of
to
his
make. It's
wheelhouse.
just
Spike
but
Lee
it's the
doesn't only
same way
make
with
movies like that.
Death
No,
Note. That's
but-
why I
but
say
you gotta
it
think
can
about
go either
Spike-
way.
Spike
Okay,
Lee
He
is
does have
good.
fucked- He
Yeah.
does have fucked up shit in
Yes.
his movie, so I guess
Yes.
that's...
with Dragon Ball Evolution, it took a lot more to make that a convincible fucking live action movie. Correct? It doesn't take shit to make that a live action movie. People just randomly fall and die. Like, how hard is that? Is what I'm saying.
And
I'm giving that a shot.
Hey man,
I'll
like I
watch
said,
it.
I'm
gonna
on
watch
the
it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm on the fence about it. Either it can turn out really good or really bad. I guess you can say that about any
You gotta
movie.
let, you gotta let it go, man.
It's hard,
you gotta let
man.
it go.
Okay.
The highest form of airbending,
Look,
man.
I was hurt too.
Soaring Phoenix Strike,
Look,
dude.
I paid $9 just like you did that same day. I understand, man. I get the struggle, but you gotta let it go sometimes, man. It's gotta go somewhere.
Maybe Death Note will be the one that actually reinstills
I
my
hope it
faith
is.
in
If
the
I'm wrong,
American
I'm wrong. I just
movie
want to see
making.
them try to make it and see what happens. Is what I'm saying.
Because if it succeeds, Trigun's next. Trigun's next.
Well, if it does
And I don't
succeed,
want them
then
to touch it.
they'll figure
No,
out the
if it
formula to make it
succeeds,
good.
mark my words. Attack on Titan is the next American movie to get made. I'm gonna go ahead and call it.
Man, okay.
But look, man, let's just see let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
If it's bad, then I'm like, cool. It was a fucking terrible movie, and I hate it just like I hate Dragon Ball Evolution.
You get to add.
Yeah, but if it's not, I'm
That's
gonna
strike
look
two
at you
for
and be
you?
like, well,
That'll be strike two.
Yeah, that's a good point. At least they're making stuff that'll.
This is an easy one, like-
it's shedding light on our favorite.
yeah, like this. There's no Zangetsus, man, and there's no Soul. This is an easy one to make. This is like the kindergarten version of this shit. They didn't go straight to the. That was the problem. They went straight to the major league with Dragon Ball Z, and they were not ready for
Yeah.
this shit.
But
yet.
Dragon
But
Ball
the
Z
fucked
is
up-
like
but
the
the fucked
heart
up-
of kids.
But the fucked up thing is, like, there are plenty of YouTube videos where people make really good Dragon Ball Z or Naruto movies, and they probably had like a budget of like
$2.
no,
two
they
or
have
three.
good money.
Yeah,
do.
they have 2 or 3.
yeah, they didn't get like
Yeah.
they didn't put like some. We stole some shit up, went outside and shot it.
But
Like,
then when
After
Hollywood
said
puts
that-
millions and millions and millions of dollars into one movie, and it turns out
they
like
did.
that.
They put millions of dollars in the fucking casting, and they put the rest of that chump change into the movie, and it shows.
He's right about that. They didn't put the money in the right places.
They gave Ernie Hudson all the money, and you see what happens.
God damn it.
Okay, having said that, you just brought up a good point. Robot Underdog that made the Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope, they are now asking for money that I believe they do not need.
Hell no.
They damn sure
Look,
don't.
man, we know how YouTube works and how the pay system works. Y'all got a shit ton of views from that shit. You don't need my money to make a second
you
movie.
guys have subscribers,
Like, hold on.
views.
Cause what? Every episode y'all gonna do a crowdsource? Like, that's just not gonna work for me.
Yeah,
Like,
we
that's
know that
terrible.
y'all already finished episode 2. Just fucking release it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. fucking amazing. They didn't over we need y'all money to make the next episode. No, they finished the whole goddamn thing, which you assholes already have finished. But now y'all just trying to get some extra money to put it out.
Pad their pockets.
Like, come on, man.
Speaking of like kind of weird live action-y type things, did anybody see the trailer for Disney's Descendants? And what do you guys think?
No!
That shit's fucking terrible.
I feel like it's a fantasy version of Sky High.
That is exactly.
It's a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad movie.
That's not for us. Your kids will love it, but it's not for us.
No!
I feel like as a
Even if
kid,
I
you
was
shouldn't
still a
love that shit
kid,
either.
I wouldn't. I don't.
I
Feel
wouldn't.
Like
No,
enjoy
because
it.
all the characters in that show are the
Look.
kids, are the characters that kids adore and love nowadays. So the kids of
Maleficent
this
is
day will
huge,
love that.
like trending, and
Kids
Yeah,
nowadays
but I
will
feel
love
like they
that. That is
weren't
going to be a
being
hit for
creative
kids.
They were not
this,
being
especially
creative.
with like the
Oh,
name.
the name's
Maleficent's
Mal.
daughter is Mal.
Call me crazy.
Evil Queen is Eve.
Evie?
Evie, yeah,
Yeah.
that's so stupid.
Carlos was the only one that was somewhat out of the order. And Cruella DeVille.
Carlos.
I think kids gonna watch that and be like, I'm really not fucking with that.
Yeah. You see,
I
here's
I
the
don't.
thing.
I really
don't.
do.
Nope.
As
I know for a
Permakids,
fact it won't
we
be that
actually
I mean, you
give.
can't gauge it off of your kids.
I can though.
That's
because
like
the
two
majority-
of them. It's
the
a whole world of
the
people.
majority of the kids are gonna be just
None
like
of us
my
are
kids
as close to
and
young
like this.
teenagers.
I
They're
have
gonna
nieces and
like
nephews. I ain't never heard my nephew talking about, I like that kid from
He's
fucking...
a boy. He
Wait,
shouldn't
wait,
be.
Did he watch?
So now it's, you said every kid, so now it's not boys?
Wait. Time
The
out. We're going off
majority
on a
of
wrong
boys,
tangent
no.
here. Did your kids watch Wizards of Waverly Place?
They did.
So they're gonna watch. I mean, there
They're
might
gonna
be.
watch this.
They might be too old now because Wizards was a couple of years ago.
Should I watch
But-
Wizards
but
of
they're
Waverly
gonna watch
Place?
this.
This looks like Wizards of Waverly Place, but with a better budget, actually.
No!
I don't
No.
call me crazy, man. I just think
Look,
kids ain't really
this
gonna
is
fuck
gonna
with that.
be hit with a lot of kids.
I mean,
It's a
this,
strong word.
It's gonna be a hit with a lot of kids.
this isn't a show though. It's just going to be a
Just be a
one-time
one-time.
movie. Hopefully, it's not going to be the next High School Musical where they start making a whole bunch of them. Because it does look a little bit insulting and stuff. I mean, we watch kids shows. We watch Star vs. the Forces of Evil. We watch Steven Universe. It's not the same. We want you listeners to understand that we don't just watch these kids shows like Steven Universe and just say that all the little kids shows are great. Steven Universe is actually great. And when we see shit like this, we're not going to tell you to watch it. We're still telling you to watch Steven Universe because it's amazing. And check out Star vs. the Forces of Evil because it's funny or whatever, but it's not as good as
This
Steven
show is
Universe.
horrible.
But yeah, The Descendants, it just looks like they're
The
trying to
kid
capture...
Carlos, what the fuck did he play on? I know
Yeah,
he played
he
on
was-
every Disney
yeah.
show.
I'm about to say.
But it's
I
one
can
in particular
see,
I'm trying
I can
to...
see him
Okay,
in my head.
with the little Arabic dude.
I know. What's the name of this?
Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
Where she's babysitting the rich kids.
Yeah, I don't know why I dislike that kid so much. But I
Hey
do.
Jesse! Hey
He-
Jesse! Yeah.
Every-
Fuck that show.
Every generation of Disney actors has that one actor that just tries too hard and everything he plays in.
He's one of
That's
them.
that kid.
The girl in there too, I think
Hey.
is from Jesse.
His name is Cameron Boyce.
Fuck you, Cameron.
And what am I remembering him from? I didn't watch...
Insert Disney movie here in the last
He
3
was in
years.
Jesse.
He's
Wow.
been in a lot of them.
No, hold on. I remember him from...
He ain't fucking with Rico from Hannah Montana.
Oh, Grown Ups 2. He was the second son
That's
who
right.
breaks his
Yeah,
leg.
that's right.
Okay, I was like, he looks so familiar, and I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, the last Disney actor who was on those movies that was actually good was Eric Von Detten. My man!
Brink!
My man!
I fucks with Brink.
Eric Von Detten.
I am a soul skater and I don't skate. I fucks with Brink.
But
Honestly, I feel like, and this is just like from my point of view, I feel like the last decent Disney Channel movie, other than Brink, because don't get me wrong, that was a great movie.
Halloween Town.
Yes,
Yes, I'm
Yes.
glad that you.
I don't know what I
Halloween
was
Town.
expecting.
the first one, not the second one.
I like the second one,
The
but
second
not
one
the
was
third one.
okay.
The third one they changed it to like.
You
Yeah.
like the movie
Sarah
with
Paxton.
Andy fucking Lawrence where he had the robot twin?
No, I didn't
They
like
did
that.
the dances?
No, it was a sea monkey that turned into his twin. It was a clone.
Is that what? Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't a robot.
What's the one with fucking?
Let's do this. Let's talk about Disney
Wait,
original movies.
What was the name of the movie with fucking with Peg Bundy from fucking
Smart House.
There you go.
Smart House.
Oh,
is good.
yeah,
Smart House
that
is
was
good.
good.
Yeah, that was good.
Katie Seagal was
Yeah, there you
the
go.
Smart House.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
man.
Katie Seagal.
My favorite of all time Disney. Do you guys have your favorite other than you loving Brink?
I mean, I'm just gonna say that.
I'm
because
just
I
gonna
watch
say
English.
Gunther and the Paper Brigade.
Hold up, man.
That came out of left field.
Yeah.
I love fucking the Paper Brigade. That movie was great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's just a good movie.
Shout out to Kyle Howard for that.
Yeah. And he's got some new show coming out, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, no, it's already out. It's called Two Worlds or something like that. But each episode shows his wife's side of the family, and then the second episode's his side of the family, and then it keeps going vice versa, vice versa.
He just came off a show on USA called Royal Pains. He was a doctor on there, too. So.
Oh, yeah, Royal Pains. That's actually a good
I
show.
love that show.
Yeah.
It's not one that I go out of my way to watch, but
I just catch up.
If it's on, I'll watch it.
But Disney Descendants, it's cool. I just can't fuck with it musically. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it one more time.
No! It's not cool.
And I know that's a saying
cool.
now,
No.
but I'm sure that they do have their own original music because they're still trying to capture. I know that it doesn't have anything to do with music, but they probably are going to try to do that High School Musical, have some songs, and it's going to be terrible.
They will. And
You
the
know
kids
what?
are going to like it.
You know what I don't like about it? The fact that they're trying to make the villains like they did
The
with
main
Maleficent.
characters.
They're trying to make them more sympathetic. Like I was like, I'm okay with villains just being assholes because they're assholes. But with this movie,
what a villain is supposed to be,
as well as a whole bunch of other stuff coming out, it's just like, oh, so they're this way because they're this way. Yeah, like
There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like they're overusing it.
Yes, they're overdoing it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about overusing it? Does anybody else realize that they have 3 live-action actresses that are playing Maleficent? Mm-hmm. So they've got Angelina Jolie, they've got the lady on Once Upon a Time, and now they got Kristen Chenoweth. Kristen Chenoweth is not Maleficent. She's Glinda the Good Witch. If anything.
she was.
Right.
What are you doing, casting directors?
all under the same Disney title. Like that makes no sense. Like y'all all work for the same parent
They
company.
ain't fucking with Johnny Tsunami.
So what I'm scared about is
It's better than the second one. They ain't fucking with Johnny Tsunami.
what if Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out and characters from the Descendants are in it?
I won't watch it.
No,
You won't play it.
Well, I won't play
I don't want. You know
I'll
what?
be iffy about it.
I can let that make it if there's a lightsaber and an Iron Man suit somewhere in there.
Not gonna happen.
Why
Not gonna happen.
Why not?
It's not gonna happen.
Because Disney
No.
owns
Disney
Disney
owns
owns Star
But it's
Wars
not gonna
and Marvel.
Why
happen.
are you saying
They
that?
aren't
The
smart enough
creator
to do
said they
that.
want to. They are smart. Kingdom Hearts has gone against the mold.
If Sephiroth revives with a lightsaber instead of his fucking sword, I can't complain about the Descendants being
That's the
there.
fact you had Sephiroth in the game in the first place. Like,
as long as Lance Bass comes back to be the voice
Hold
of
up,
him, then I'll
man.
be okay.
Hey
Shout
man,
out
you need to go
to
ahead and
Lance
get Johnny
Bass.
Young Bosch on deck. Have him voice somebody.
have him voice everybody.
I'm sure he already does some
I
voices.
would be
wouldn't doubt
weird.
it.
Yeah.
He can voice every person in that game.
And then they got to get Heather Pattarelli
That's
/ Hayden Panettiere. I mean, she's already the voice of Kyrie, but
Yeah.
and God, what's his name? Haley Joel Osment. He's just like a large man now. He looks like he's aged like I have.
Tusk.
Tusk.
But you haven't really.
Tusk.
Kevin
That-
Smith's Tusk. Kevin Smith, Justin Long, Johnny Depp hiding away.
Every now and then there's a movie that comes along that when I finish watching it, I don't know what to say afterwards. And that happened with that too.
Tusk.
I just walked away. I'm just like, I don't know what feeling I'm feeling right now. I'm confused.
There was no feelings for you.
That movie is fucking awkward as fuck. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Or
You
it's
know
true-
that?
It's
I didn't know
inspired
that.
by true events.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of a difference. When it says inspired by true events or based on, there's kind of two different things.
Yeah.
Two fucked up.
Yeah, so it's just been like just disappointments everywhere, and they're just I don't know.
But what's not a disappointment? Segue. Well, for not disappointing for everybody. Probably just one person and half of another one. Dragon Ball Z.
Super. No, Dragon Ball Super.
Super, my bad. Is
Yes,
coming
Dragon
back
Ball
to
Super.
television.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
I know Carlos didn't give a shit. I'm halfway. But most people that I've seen that after you put it up on the page today seem pretty excited about it.
After the popularity of Dragon Ball, The Return of Frieza, and just the direction that they went with the Battle of the Gods, I can tell that they finally have a vision of where they want these characters to go, and they're actually going to do a canon story of what happens after the Boo saga.
Yeah.
And for me, I liked a couple of parts of GT, but overall I did not like it.
No, it was just like watching The Descendants.
Akira Toriyama, the original
It's
creator.
not. It wasn't that bad.
Everything is about to be compared to
wasn't
the
that
Descendants.
You know why I'm comparing that way though? Because the scale of what I expected to watch with GT and what I got,
Yeah.
that was a fucking humongous disappointment.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Great Monkey Baby.
in Battle of the Gods, they kind of hinted that Videl was pregnant, and I'm kind of hoping that they retcon Pan completely, and that the baby isn't Pan. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I just kind of don't want it to be Pan. I want it to really just be a spit in the face of GT, and just be like, hey, everything that happened in GT.
Well, with
real.
Akira Toriyama writing, hopefully we'll get something like that.
Maybe he's not going to be such a dick to the GT fans.
He's got to put one nod in there somewhere.
He's going to throw him a bone,
Yeah.
hopefully.
He has to put one in there somewhere. He can't just like let that shit go.
When they created GT, all they did was do a survey of everybody's favorite Dragon Ball Z characters, which turned out to be Future Trunks and Goku.
Yeah.
And then it was like, let's throw in one other main character just for fun, and nobody knows him. That's gonna be Pan, who never goes Super Saiyan. I'm sorry, man. Once you go Super Saiyan, you can't go back. So Pan was just an irrelevant piece of information.
I want to see a girl
Yeah,
Super
we
Saiyan.
haven't
Yeah,
seen
me
a
too.
female Super Saiyan.
I want to see
Yeah.
that.
That's annoying.
I wanted her to go Super Saiyan, but it never happened. It was just like Kamehameha City from everybody. So it was just...
You know why, man? They didn't even sound right. But like, oh, who was that Super Saiyan Pan? Tell you, what the fuck are you watching?
like,
But you also
That would have made
to,
it more interesting, though.
you also have
true.
to think about it. Pan's blood was kind of thin on the Saiyan gene.
what are you talking about?
Goku
Mixed
not
with
Goku.
human blood, Saiyans become, or half Saiyan, half human is stronger than normal Saiyans.
You know,
What?
They
It's been a while since I've seen it,
they
so
almost
maybe I don't
marketed
know.
her that way though. Like she was just like, yeah, she's a Saiyan, but she's really not
Yeah.
doing anything. So this
That
is
doesn't
whatever
make
it is.
sense.
But that's
I'm not
that's
agreeing
what
with
they
it,
were
yeah.
kind of getting at
Because
in GT.
in the very, 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 very last episode of GT, it shows like Goku's great grandson and
Yeah.
Vegeta's great
Goku
and they're
Jr.
like,
and
they're
Vegeta
like
Jr.
both like 5 years old, and they both go Super
Super
Saiyan
Saiyan.
2.
Sexist.
basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Sexist.
They did, didn't they?
It's because
And
it's
then-
sexist. It's
and-
because it's a girl.
And Trunks and Gohan, they're half Saiyan, and they just immediately are like,
It's because
"We're Super
they
Saiyans."
just made Pan look worthless. Like that's why I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
fuck y'all do that for?
And
Whatever.
they made her talk like Vegeta. She was just talking shit the entire series and got nothing
Yeah.
accomplished.
But when Battle of the Gods came in, they let you know whoever this kid is a fucking Saiyan from the start.
Yeah.
You put my hand on my belly. Put
I
your hand on my
hate, I
belly.
hate to be the devil here in this, but you already said what the key thing is there. Look, in an Asian society, women are not really.
Oh shit.
Come on,
He's
you
going
already
into
know
like,
that.
yeah, that's
Come
good.
on.
Well,
So
that
that's
is
the
good.
reason
Times have
why.
changed.
Times
I
have
mean,
changed, man.
I hate to be the one to say that, but
I know, yeah,
Jesus,
you're
come
right.
on.
You're right.
I agree and disagree because that show's full of fucking
Yeah,
strong
it
ass
is.
women. Like, it's not
Chi-Chi,
like
everybody's
every
afraid of
woman-
Chi-Chi.
Yeah, like most of them are. It was just.
Bom was the smartest person in the show.
I think they just didn't give a fuck about Pan. They were just like, here,
GT
you over
wasn't
there.
it,
Cool.
Toriyama, so it sucked.
Videl kicked all kinds of ass compared to Hercule, her father, who did
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just like,
Hey, look, I brought other characters out of y'all by
Yeah,
playing
that's a
that.
good point. That's a good point. And I was kind of hoping that they would start following the name scheme of Mr. Satan and Videl, and that Gohan's kid, whether it be a boy or a girl, would have some sort of Satan throwback name, like Vixen or Damien or something demonic.
or you throw them both together and call them Goki. Ha 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 ha. That was terrible.
Goki?
Yeah.
Beelzebub, Super Saiyan Beelzebub, Mephistopheles or whatever.
Why is his name Goki? Why am I thinking of something else?
The only reason that this new series even somewhat excites me, is the fact that I got Xenoverse, and I'm hoping they would eventually
I'm about
phase
to
that
say,
into
you
the missions.
hope that shit.
Yeah, I
Probably
hope.
by the
It's
time
probably
that
not gonna
DLC comes out, there will be a second Xenoverse, and it's just gonna be like, cool, I'm starting over again.
Or the second
all the
Xenoverse
same
will
shit
be,
again.
or the second Xenoverse is gonna come out. And it's gonna be based around that new series. So it's
It'd be cool either way.
I'm worried about the name. It's just Dragon Ball
Super.
Super.
It sounds lame as fuck.
It
It's just
does.
like y'all couldn't think of anything else.
Maybe it's, you never know. It could just be a working title for now.
I'm hoping so.
I do too. I don't hope it's just like Dragon Ball Super.
If they just let's keep it letters. I mean,
Yeah.
GT was stupid.
Add some
but-
other word I don't know how to fucking pronounce and just call it
Yeah.
a day, man. Just like,
Dragon Ball Tantoa.
yeah, I'm perfectly cool with that. That could mean shit, and I'm like, I'm cool with it.
Well, you know
Dragon
what?
Ball, you're gay for watching this. I'm okay with this.
That's just two random letters.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball PF.
Yeah.
PF Chang's.
I think I'm just excited that Toriyama gets to finally give the story that he wants.
Yeah.
How do we know that he wants it? Because this kind of came out of the blue suddenly.
They might be throwing money at him like George Lucas style. He could fuck it
I'm
up
assuming he wants it because he easily could have just said
I
fucking
would
no.
hope
Like,
so.
Or he might just take the money, just go in focus mode and be like, I'm just going to throw some shit on
I think
TV.
GT pissed him off that much for him to come back.
Damn.
And
It's been a while.
no, money played a part in this too because Battle of the Gods was fucking successful as fuck.
The animation
And
is so crisp
yeah.
and so good in the new movies that I'm excited just to see the characters in this new style of it's not a new style of animation.
Yeah, they just look clean.
It looks so clean.
It's an updated look.
See, I saw the Battle of the Gods through Xenoverse graphics, so I was just like, it looked like a video game to me because I quit watching Dragon Ball Z movies a while back because I'm sick of Dragon Ball Z and it kept coming on. I'm just burnt out on it. It's not that it's a bad show. I'm just burnt out on it. So when these movies start coming out, I just gave no shits. So when Xenoverse came out and I actually got sold on it and started playing it, it goes through all of these storylines and it goes through all the movies and I get to watch these movies in, the 3D Xbox One video game graphics. So that's pretty much my extent of my Dragon Ball knowledge at this point. So
what was the last movie before Battle of the Gods though? That was a
Wrath of the Dragon.
That had been a while back.
Yeah, it was wild. Back
that was
in
a GT movie too.
No,
was it?
Yes.
I thought that was a Z. That might have been
when
GT.
When did it take place? I think it was GT though.
Fact check.
I'm pretty sure it was
Wrath of the
GT.
Dragon, was that the one where Trunks gets his sword and stuff?
That was the one where they first fused into Gogeta, but it wasn't Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It was just like regular.
Does it
normal
take place
as
in the
fuck.
city and like night? Oh man, I don't know.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
There's so many movies. But yeah, the
06.
last ones I remember, it seems like they were like mid '90s movies. So it's been like we've gone almost 15 years without a movie. Oh, I'm quiet. Sorry.
But let's see. As far as like movies where they went Super Saiyan, that would probably be all the Broly movies, which the third one was terrible.
Wait, was the third one Bio Bro?
Yes.
Yeah, that I didn't like that at all. That was terrible.
The two cooler movies.
But in Bio Brawly, we got to see Trunks and Goten fight Hitler. Isn't that right? No, that was the Janemba one.
Okay.
Damn. No, he did fight him in Bio Brawly.
I don't remember.
Shit, man. There's too many Dragon Ball Z movies. There's like almost 17 of them.
Yeah, and they're old as fuck. It wasn't like they came out in this 2000 era.
I remember one of my arguments was there's more Dragon Ball Z movies than there are episodes of High School that did. Now I can't agree with that. I cannot fully agree with that. It is. So
God damn, I want to watch High
Is that a
School
good
Dead,
show?
man.
Should I watch that?
High School Dead. You probably won't like it, man.
I like
started
fucked up
watching it.
stuff.
No,
yeah, but it's needless titties.
yeah, you won't
Yeah.
like it.
Oh, that's right. He won't like.
It really is needless.
You said needless, and I was like, oh, cool, it's needless. And then you said titties, and I was like,
Like,
oh,
if
My bad.
you mean unnecessary
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Now, they don't get naked, but it's outlandish as fuck though. Like
It is.
you're gonna watch and be just like, they didn't need to do that.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, gratuitous amounts of
But
unnecessary
it was funny how it
nudity.
happened. That's what I
So
like.
somebody finally told me a little bit more about Attack on Titan, and it's got me interested. I'm gonna watch it.
Go ahead
now.
and finish it out,
I'm
man.
gonna finish it out now.
Especially, the ending was pretty tight.
See, y'all wouldn't tell me because y'all are always like y'all. I need people that will spoil shit for me a little bit.
I hate I feel bad doing that.
Spoilers don't ruin things for me. They make me excited to know.
You
where
watch
things
it
are going.
anyway. I'm the same
Yeah,
way. You could tell me about the entire thing, and I'll
It-
watch it
it
anyway.
depends. If
Just
it's
because
a-
that interested me more. Because you
If
told
it's a
me.
movie to where the ending is like the focal point for then if you spoil it, I don't want to watch it because that's the main part of the movie.
They're happening.
But if it's like exactly, I was just like, cool, I want to watch that. If someone would have told me the ending of The Sixth Sense before, I never would have watched it.
Yeah,
Because that's like,
you would have started seeing
Yeah.
everything. You're like, oh god.
well, no wonder he was been dead. Like, it would have just been terrible.
Speaking of spoilers, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Marvel Studios sent me out to watch a screening of.
Joss Whedon hit me up and just like, you want to check it out? And
I got to
cool.
see a special screening of Avengers: Age of Ultron with Joss Whedon and all the actors, and I'm not going to say much, but you guys are going to like it.
I figured
And
as much.
by the time this episode comes out, it's been out for a week, and I'm sure everybody's seen it. So, yeah, hit us up on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page and let's talk about the movie. What did you like? What did you not like? For me, I did have a couple of things that I didn't like, and we can talk about that when this episode airs and when the movie comes out. I think we're going to close it off if anybody has anything else. This has been Permakid Podcast, episode 16. I don't really feel like pitching anything, but you guys know what we're trying to pitch. Geeks, Games, and Gadgets.
GGG, knowledge. Yeah, check it out.
Go to permakids.net and you'll see what we're trying to pitch. All right. Well, that's it.
And no on Disney Descendants. No!
And you watch Brink.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Brink, watch it.
Or the Paper Brigade.
Hashtag Soul Skaters. Come on, Brink.
My taint hurts.